Hello everybody and welcome to Azumi Game Devlog Week 7. I think I missed another week. It's been a rough couple weeks. My leg has been getting a lot worse. Anybody who doesn't know, in addition to being an aspiring game developer, I'm also a sufferer of multiple disc herniations, which makes walking and moving and generally functioning very difficult. So bear with me as there may be gaps in my work updates simply because crippling pain, which requires multiple high level medications to keep under control, is a constant struggle with making video games, as if it wasn't hard enough. Got a little bit to demo this week, not a whole bunch. Been out of commission for the bulk of the last week and change since the last update, but there's been a little bit of this going on that I will show you guys. Really that I just did in the last couple days. Did a little bit more cleaning up of Azumi's sprite, but I'm not going to really go into any real depth of that because it's not super important. A lot of pressing changes there. Excuse me. Kind of tired too. But the interesting thing that I did here, if we go into the arena and I mute the computer, so... Oh, nope, that's not mute. There we go. Listening to the PCP. I guess it's still open in a tab somewhere. If we play this, I added a currency system. So I was considering whether I was going to have upgrades be unlocked as the game progresses, or if I was going to have upgrades from like currency, kind of like Devil May Cry and orbs, and I'm leaning towards orbs right now. So I have you can see down in the corner here we got a new thing that keeps track of collectible items you pick up from enemies when they die. They spread out these little orbs, literal orbs. You pick them up and it adds to your item total. Now currently, fucking flash freezing thing is still a problem. Currently they don't do anything. Like it's keeping track of this tally, but I haven't implemented anything to buy or unlock new skills with them. Because that's going to involve adding a new character named Freya, the deer monk that I've shown off a few times here and there, getting her sprite in the game, getting that logic set up. That's probably the next big challenge. You can see another thing I added: when the enemies die, they have this new shockwave in addition to the explosion. A little bit of extra juice, which is always nice. You can see as I continue to kill enemies and pick up these little, I don't know, energy balls or something. It's a nice little animation like the other items that are pickups. And the total increases. And the way that's set up right now, if we dig into the logic of the game, if I minimize this, we can actually look at it. There are two things. We go into the functions, we have that's the hit function, which is not what we want. The cache function. So it takes the target that's dying, it spawns 4 of these cache sprites, and it sets the scale to a random size between 1/3 and 1.2 times its normal size. It sets the value to the size of the sprite times 3. So if the sprite is 12 pixels wide, it'll be worth 36 when you pick it up. Then it applies a little bit of physics. That's how they pop up out of the corpse. And then it adds 1 to this number value to spawn 4 of them. And I can adjust this number if I want an enemy to spawn more or less of these little orb pickups. This is just a placeholder graphic. I'll probably make something like maybe a coin or something. I'm not really sure what the actual pickup will be. So I just have a placeholder right now. So that's the function that runs every time an enemy is killed. And then if we go into the game events themselves, the rules for the cache itself are in here. I was experimenting with a system where the orbs would come to you with pathfinding. Couldn't really get it to work very well. Might revisit that later, but right now it's the same as any other pickup. They're created when you collide. The cache value global variable is added. So it keeps adding to your total number of currency. When the pickup animation is finished, they're destroyed, and then they start a timer when they're created that lasts 5 seconds, and they flash, and once they flash over, they're destroyed. So they don't linger forever. You have to pick them up quickly, or they will disappear. pretty simple, pretty standard. The burgers and shuriken pickups work exactly the same way. In fact, I probably could have just made a class for all 3 of these items, had this logic once, but I didn't build them all at the same time, so there's a bit of redundancy. I'll clean that up whenever I get around to optimizing all of this garbage. So that's that really with the game. That's all that's really been added. The other thing I did is I'm starting to work on a new model for the game. This is going to be, I'm considering, I have no idea how difficult the work will be, adding a boss into the game. So this is a rough drawing for a 3D model, a little reference image, based on an enemy from Sorcerer's Lost, the big monster. I'm going to try and repurpose that for this. Alt-H here, you can see what little bit of the model has been created so far. I just started this a couple hours ago, so it's nowhere near finished, obviously, but the front limbs are almost entirely modeled, which is nice. There's just like a neck that leads to nothing right now, and the beginning of the back legs. Then I'll extrude a tail out there. You can see here's all the geometry. Nothing amazing to look at just yet, obviously. You can look at it in flat shaded mode. You can see all the polygons. Nothing impressive, obviously. It's not done yet, but you can see I'm just using the drawing as a rough kind of reference for the actual model itself. And there you go. That's all I got for this week. Very simple, not a lot, but hopefully this guy will be in the game sooner rather than later. Once the boss and the upgrades are implemented, I'll probably be releasing a proper public demo and reveal the name of the actual Azumi game, because I have the name figured out. I know what it's going to be called. I'm not going to reveal it until that new version of the game's ready to go. So look forward to that, and who the fuck knows how long that'll take. I have no idea. Yeah. That's it. I have to get up tomorrow because I have to go back to the surgeon to get more spine injections before I get the surgery scheduled. Fun times for everybody. Until then, have a good one.